So I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, and I really dreaded it. I didn't want to get rid of the white, but now I think it's time to. So I sanded this whole, I took off the wrap and I took off all this paint here, and I need to sand everything down, take off all the wrap and go through it. Hopefully it doesn't peel that much paint off, but yeah, hopefully it doesn't. And I could start removing the wrap, sanding it, getting it ready for the new wrap, the new color, new beginnings. Stay tuned because this car's gonna go through a lot of changes. Today we're going to get started on the process of wrapping the car, and it's going to be over the course of a few weeks due to the fact that I do have a lot of work at my regular job. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and explain to you guys what we're going to get started on and what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. So the hood had a little tiny dent, just like, it was like so small that I just put a little bit of putty on there, and I'm just going to go ahead, sand that down once it dries off, and then go ahead and wrap the hood. Today I still got to take the rest of the car apart, and there's still some wrap in some areas. Like here, there's a little bit of glue left behind here, so that's not sanded down, it's just glue. This part is a little bit of glue right here left over. I do got to go over all the edges and then sand some stuff down, because when I did take off the wrap, it took a little bit of the paint off the edges that you guys can see there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit those with sandpaper. I'm probably going to get to the trunk and the hood today. I'm gonna record the whole process, whether it's time lapse or me talking about it. We'll record the whole process of me wrapping this car. I know you guys want to see that. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the trunk off, wait till the hood is done, sand it down, wipe it down, and then get to wrapping. And I still have to sand down the front bumper. It peeled off a lot of the paint. The only two major things I really have to sand down is the front bumper and then the wing, the GTR wing. Those are the only two where the paint really came off. So I'm really gonna have to get to that and make that all smooth in order for the wrap to look good. Let's get to it. Been a week since I wrapped the trunk, and I'm finally gonna get to the sides. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe them down, clean them really good. The front end is done. Man, this color looks crazy, and that's because it's dirty too. It's dusty. Now imagine when it's clean, it's crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the sides right now. I'll probably end up doing the tail lights as well if I have time, the rear bumper. What else? The rooftop. And I'm basically gonna try to get as much done as I can today and tomorrow. I ended up putting some fiberglass Bondo on this lip right here since it was cracked. So I'm gonna sand that down, I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow morning. Sand the whole bumper down, get it ready. I need to sand the wing down, get that ready. Sand the side skirts down, get these ready. The rest is sanded down and ready to go. As you can tell, I sanded down the car. It did peel the paint off again in some places, so I had to re-sand it down. I might have to redo the trunk because you could see the imprint of the sanding right there and right here. So I'm gonna have to redo the trunk. But yeah, I'm gonna get to it, go ahead and clear the whole car and get started on the wrap. All right, guys, both sides are completely done. The reason I left that piece down there black is because the side skirts are gonna go over that piece, so I'm not really too worried about that. I sanded the whole front bumper down, put some Bondo on the lip, sanded that down, so that should be ready to either spray paint in satin black or wrap in satin black. I gotta figure that out. I'm probably gonna spray paint it. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll figure that out as I move along. Side skirts are ready to go. I know this place is a mess. I need to clean it up. Side skirt over there. Rear bumper is done. Tail lights are done. And I actually redid the trunk, how I had that line right there, so I had to sand it down once again and redo the trunk area. And I also did, of course, the rear bumper, as stated earlier. Both sides of the car are done, and man, this thing looks pretty freaking crazy. It looks a little different in camera as well, but in person, this thing looks crazy, man. Especially, it's gonna look amazing once all the parts are done, especially with the front bumper, the wing. When those are done, it's gonna look a million times better. Also, the side skirts is just gonna make it look beefier, and then once I throw all the parts back on, it's gonna look insane. We got so much work to do in a couple of weeks to this car, and it is insane. So stay tuned, because you guys do not want to miss any of that. Tomorrow, I'm gonna end up wrapping the side skirts first, putting those back on, wrapping the wing, putting that back on, and that's probably gonna be it for tomorrow. And then Tuesday morning, since I have a lot of work, Tuesday morning, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the front bumper and go ahead and throw that back on. Actually, I'm not sure yet, because I do want to change out the bolts on the front bumper since they are like super rusted, but I'll probably do that later. Either way, yeah, I'll do the bumper on Tuesday and just get all the parts back onto the car, the mirrors, diffuser, side skirts, front bumper. Just basically put everything back on, and then from there, I gotta start working on the actual car itself. We have a bunch of work to do to it, and I cannot wait. So what I have here is the trunk lip, boot lip, whatever you want to call it, and this goes above the trunk, of course. And I'm gonna end up putting this on carbon fiber. I do need to change out this double-sided tape because it looks like some cheap double-sided tape, and I'm just gonna throw some 3M on just to make sure it holds up as well as it should and doesn't fly off on me. I'm gonna wrap it, not sure yet. But as I'm putting on this little lip spoiler, it looks like it hits the wing in the back, so it's not sitting flush with the trunk. So I'm gonna have to expand the holes on the wing just to move the wing back a little bit so this could sit flush and won't come off while I am driving. All right, you guys, the car is completely wrapped, and yes, I fucked up. I didn't record most of it, and I'm really sorry for that. I was just in a rush, like always, trying to get it done. So the car is completely wrapped, and this color is Orient metallic brown. It's pretty crazy. On camera it looks a little bit lighter than it actually is, and it's pretty crazy. And what I like about this color is that I could actually leave the grille carbon fiber now, and it doesn't look awkward or weird or anything. Another thing I want to show you guys is these mirrors right here. So with the mirrors being carbon, with this color. It really didn't look as weird as when the car was white and the mirrors were carbon. But I wanted to add a little extra something to the mirrors, so I put some knifeless tape down and I ran it down to here, and as you can see, up to here and then back up, and it actually looks pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about that. Underneath the light right here, when I peeled it up to fix it, it took some of the paint off and it left a little mark right here somewhere. It's kind of hard to tell right now. See that? But I mean, that's really not a big deal to me. I'm not like a super picky guy. Like from this distance right here, you can't really see it as bad, so I'm not really worried about that. I have a plan for these wheels, so stay tuned for that. I have so much work to do to this car. I've gotten so many parts in the last week or so, and it's just like everything's ready to be thrown on. But in the meantime, I am so busy with work, it's gonna be hard to find time to even do that stuff. I still need to tighten down the harnesses for the seats, which I'll do and show you guys how to do that. But before I do that, I need to put on the stock seatbelt clips, I guess you could call them. So the clickers, so the seatbelt could click onto, I need to attach those to the seat rails. Finally got the bolts for that. There's just so much work I have to do to this car and not enough time. This thing looks insane. I hope you guys liked the video, even though I really didn't post too much of the wrap. I tried my best to do whatever I could. My mind was just like, get it done, and I wasn't worried about recording. But yeah, I should have recorded the whole thing, but I didn't, so my bad.